So companies, as I said off the top of the show, are increasingly disclosing what the tariffs are. They're talking about how much money or a cost to them, to their bottom line, whether it's GM or Ford, whether it's Walmart saying they're going to have to raise prices to a certain degree, whether it's an Amazon trying to disclose or wanting to disclose what how much tariffs are increasing the price of goods. Uh, this is what's happening right now. And I know the President of the United States does not want companies to talk about or to state what the different tariffs, what the costs are. I know the president has said recently that he would like to see Walmart, as an example, swallow the extra costs, swallow the higher pricing on goods, and not send it through or pass it through to the end user or the end buyer. And it's difficult because businesses aren't going to be able to swallow these tariffs. And as I said, you're seeing these tariffs affect business, not only cost them to take on some of the extra costs, it's causing them to raise prices, which is going to slow down their business. People won't be as inclined to buy higher priced items. If you are, for example, a fast food restaurant, you're seeing a drop, 3.5%, 4% drop in fast food chains in the United States. McDonald's was one talking about a decline in same store revenues. And that's a problem because if people aren't going to fast food restaurants, that's starting to tell me, or that should be telling all of us, that the higher prices are starting to hit home, and they're starting to hit home with those that are those that usually go to the lower end restaurants or the fast food restaurants that tend to be cheaper in price. So you're now hitting the lower income earners, maybe the middle income earners, whereas the upper income earners, I think the high end restaurants will still be okay because they'll be able to weather this tariff storm a lot better. So these are the companies that are telling us what's happening, what is going on behind the scenes, what is being passed or will be passed on to the consumer, what costs the company itself, or the manufacturer, or the wholesaler, or the middleman. If you're in the pharma space, for example, like UnitedHealth has witnessed recently their stock price fall with the president talking about pharma having to lower prices. So this is what's going on, and that's why we're hearing a lot more from companies and what they're saying. We have an interesting chart in this segment, and this is U.S. business and consumers. They show their angst. This is their confidence. And as I mentioned, we had some recent numbers. Haven't had a chart, or at least seen a chart to update this as yet. But this was the chart coming into Tuesday's number. It probably would have a bit of a tick higher on the Conference Board Consumer Expectations Index. But overall, you can see the NFIB small business optimism is definitely sloping from the top left to the bottom right. And you're seeing consumer expectations, consumer confidence is falling, and it is falling quickly. It is falling quite fast. So what does that tell us? Well, if you continue to see an erosion of consumer confidence, or if what we saw yesterday was just a small blip and we're going to see consumer confidence continue to deteriorate, especially if we don't hear of any trade deals with Canada, US, trade deals with US, Euro, US, China, US, everybody, but especially the main trading partners for the US, I think you're going to start to see some of that consumer confidence continue to drop. I think the recent uptick that we saw yesterday was because of the potential for trade deals. And right now, that's all we have, potential. We need to start to see this go from potential to reality. And I think if we can do that, I think consumers' confidence will come back. And I think people will start to spend more money once again. And hopefully, with the trade deals, we'll also see the price of goods start to fall as we see the elimination of tariffs.